Hi there YouTube, it's me TFR Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first of this month's Korean toy reviews. Now, my Korean toys arrived the other day. I got two figures from G Market, and one is from one toy line and the other character is from a different toy line. So I've decided to start off with this particular character. You've seen the thumbnail, so you know who I'm going to be reviewing, and that is Metal Cardbot Mega Ambler. So let's just get the box. There's the box. So there's Jun, there he is there. Look, the main kid, who's the main character of the show. Samji Entertainment are now uploading the full episodes up onto YouTube, so you can watch them. They're uploading one new episode every week. They're up to about, I think the latest episode only went up today, and I'm filming this on Friday the 20th of of October, and I think they're up to episode 7. And yeah, so there we go. There's some pictures of the character on the back. More pictures on the side, stuff on the top, and usual product information underneath. Quite a sturdy hard cardstock box. It's got a plastic window with a clear plastic clamshell inside, and it's got that silver card on the back to give a bit of reflection. Comes with, now they all come with these. Well, so far they seem to come with these cards, which have a QTR code on it. It's for something called Emotion Castle Cinema, whatever that is. I don't know. It probably takes you to some promotional website or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not going to click on it. Then you get the instructions that are on a sheet of Perspex, and it shows you on one side how to transform the figure, and on the other side it shows you how to use his card weapon. So, here he is in his alt mode, and he is an ambulance. And what episode did he make his first appearance? Is it episode 4 or 3 or 4? I can't remember. Anyway, he's one of the early captures anyway. So, obviously, you've got Blue Cop, who was the first character to get caught by Jun. Then you've got Mega Trucker, who is the second character to get caught by Jun, and then finally we get Mega Ambler, who's the third character to get captured. Now, I was looking at this figure initially when they made that, the toy came out, and I was looking at it on various websites and seeing it in the show. And to be honest, there was things I liked about it and things I didn't. And I was a bit reluctant to get this figure, but I've decided now I want to go and buy all 12 figures in this toy line. I want to go in and buy all the toy lines, the whole toy line. And so obviously I needed to get this guy at some point. So I've decided to buy them in order of capture by Jun in the TV show. So this is the third guy to get caught. He's the third, sort of Metal Cardbot character that he gets. And here he is in his ambulance mode. Now, to look at this vehicle, it doesn't look much like an ambulance, or it looks like a very weird, futuristic looking ambulance. It does have some nice colours going on. It's got this nice greenish teal that goes around the front. He's got like the Red Cross sort of symbols up there. It says ambulance on the back on both sides. On the front, obviously, because the Metal Carbots, they have like a face. They have like the eyes, the windscreen on the vehicle modes, as you can see there. Mega Ambler, he's got this unusual asymmetrical sort of face where he's got like a, I don't know what that is over his right eye, some sort of like microscope or sort of thing, and then he's got like a targeting reticule type thing over his left eye, which it's on a hinge, so you can pull it up like that. So that's something you can do. The rest of the alt mode, it's nicely painted. It's got a weird proportions and styling because of how it transforms. He's got large pinned wheels which are painted and roll really well. And then you go around the back, and then you've got the robot mode's feet. Now, this is one of the gripes I've got with this. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this alt mode, to be honest, because I think they could have made more of an effort to make it look like a real world vehicle rather than, you know, a fictitious sort of futuristic vehicle. But his feet, there's the robot mode feet. They're just sticking out the back. They don't fold in to the back of the vehicle mode in any way, shape or form. They're fixed. They don't do anything, and that's a bit of a detractor, a bit of a something I'm not a fan of the way they've done the feet on this guy. Let's put it that way. So there we go. Look at him underneath. He's, you know, robot parts scrunched up. He's got like visible fist syndrome at the front. But yeah, I mean, his alt mode is okay. Size wise, obviously, I got the other, you know, Metal Cardbot characters out for size comparison. So he's kind of similar sort of size to Blue Cop, only he's a little bit taller and bulkier, obviously. Then you look at him compared to Mega Trucker, and Mega Trucker's a lot bigger. And yeah, so there we go. Now he does come with his card, his metal card. So here's the basic card. It's got his name and some artwork on it. It's in white with a gold sort of stripe. You go on the back and it's got the chrome Metal Cardbot sigil on the back as per usual. And then you've got his, you know, his card weapon, so to speak, which we'll look at in a bit. So the alt mode looks a bit weird. It's an ambulance of a sort, you know. It doesn't look like a realistic, you know, a real world vehicle. Looks a bit strange and futuristic. I'm not a massive fan of his alt mode, but hey ho, there we go. So transformation. Transformation's quite simple on this guy. First of all, you sort of break this, then you can start pulling the legs out. Then you got his thing. You've got these bits that sort of fold round and clip into place. Then you split the legs, and that's pretty much the legs done. Then turn it around at the waist, concertina in the waist piece. Then you split the cab of the vehicle mode like so. Bring them out to the side, straighten up his head, and then you just fold out his arms. Like so, and then just straighten them out. So fold that, unclip it, fold it down, and then bring that forwards. And there we go. There is Mega Ambler in his robot mode. And actually, I quite like the look of his robot mode. I think his robot mode looks pretty cool. You look at the colours that are in use here, mostly white and red, but he's got like that nice teal green going on, and some bits of black, and some sort of slaty grey. Pretty cool actually. I do like the design of his robot mode. Is pretty cool. Go around the back. The back of his legs are a little hollow due to transformation. He has got a lot of bulk in his shoulders because the shoulders are basically one half of the cab of his alt mode, just turned into shoulder chunks. And yeah, so there we go. There's his robot mode. It looks pretty cool. I really like the look of his robot mode, and this was probably the reason why I went for this. But like I said, because I've decided to go for all the toys in the toy line, you know, I wanted to get him anyway. But you know, if I wasn't doing that, then I probably might have given this guy a miss. I don't know, but I do like the look of his robot mode. His robot mode looks cool. Now, a quick size comparison. I mean, I do my usual size comparison with Combiner Wars Megatron. He was a full-sized leader class figure from about 9-10 years ago. And as you can see, he's not very big. He's like Voyager class. So, yeah, there is that about it. He's not very big. Now, also, I'll do a quick size comparison with the other Metal Cardbot figures I've got here to show you. That's the main reason why I got them out. So if you just give me a moment, I'll just deal with that. Right, so obviously Metal Ambler, and then here he is next to Blue Cop. Now, he's a little bit bigger than Blue Cop. I mean, Blue Cop's really, really small. Especially when you consider that I'm used to buying these big Korean figures which are pretty much leader class scale, and then you go into this toy line, and then I paid like, was it 50, nearly 55 quid for this guy, so I paid pretty big money for him, and then he turned out to be a small figure, and I was a bit disappointed in that. Yeah, Mega Ambler is a little bigger. So yeah, there is that. Now, Mega Trucker is a lot bigger, because Mega Trucker is more like the sort of size of figure that I was expecting from this toy line. So yeah, he's smaller than him, but he's a little bigger than one, smaller than the other. He is what he is. Now, articulation. First of all, I'd like to have a word about his head sculpt. Now, his head sculpt is kind of small. When you look at his head sculpt, where's the box? I mean, there isn't really a good picture of it. I mean, his head sculpt does look a lot bigger on the CGI model than it does on the toy. It's kind of small on the toy. It's a bit disappointing. It looks very sort of squashed. It almost looks like a pea sat on top of his head. It's got the similar sort of design, but it looks like it's been squished. It's not quite as broad. It's a lot thinner and narrower than the actual on the CGI model. Articulation, he has got head rotation. Now, because of the bulk this guy's got on his shoulders, his articulation's a little limited. The arms only go out as far as that. Goes all the way round. His arm sort of bends at the knee more, bends at the elbow more than anything else, more or less to 90 degrees. The arm itself doesn't. It's got a joint in the back, but it's more for transformation. No bicep swivels. He does have a waist joint, and because of this double hinge he's got on his waist, he does have an ab crunch as well. So and an arch, a back arch, and an ab crunch. Yeah, he's got a waist joint, hips, can do the full splits, go forwards, go back. No thigh swivels. Does have double jointed knees, so he's got the 90 degrees, and then you can tuck them up and get a much deeper knee bend, but that's due to transformation. And then the feet. Now, I complained about the feet in the alt mode because they were just sticking out, just for all to see on the back of his ambulance mode. Here in robot mode, they're just static feet. They don't do anything. They have got that cut to give it the neutral A stance, but that's all they have got going for them. It's a shame, like I said, they didn't put some joints in there so that you could fold them away into the alt mode of the vehicle. I mean, there's plenty of space inside this leg. They could have just folded them inside the leg, made a hollow and folded them in. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. So yeah, he's overall is a little disappointing in that respect. But there is one more thing I can look at before I wind this review up, and that is his metal card weapon. So as he's a doctor, an ambulance, a medic, his card weapon is kind of interesting, right? So it basically, like all the other card weapons, you get this transparent thing that folds out into some sort of weapon. So you've got these little pieces that fold up like that. Then you've got these large jaws that fold over. Then you've got this piece that hinges over at the back, and then I think you angle those bits like that, and there it is. Now this will plug into his right arm. It has a peg, and it just plugs in like that, and there you have it. Now in the show, these forceps, I suppose I could call them, this claw, he can go in, and what he does is he sort of grabs the other characters round the arm or a limb with these, and then grips on them, and then it paralyzes them. It paralyzes their arm or their leg, whichever he grips through it. He does have an ability to to heal up other characters as well. I mean, there's one of the slightly later episodes where who are they fighting? They're fighting, I think it's Shadow X, that purple ninja helicopter thing, and they're fighting him, and is it him? Is it Blue Cop gets injured, and then Mega Ambler comes in and gives him some sort of sort of like a healing sort of ray or whatever it is to make him feel a lot better. Yeah, so his claw thing. I mean, it's just got the claw blades. It opens up wide. You can shut up. You can use it like a pair of tweezers. But yeah, so in the show, he just goes in. He grips the limb of an opposing bot, and then it grabs it, and then it's like an electrical sparkle, and then their limb goes limp because they've been anaesthetized. So yeah, he's got that ability. What more can I say about this thing? He is a little disappointing. He's a bit small, restricted articulation. The alt mode looks a bit weird. He's got visible feet syndrome in alt mode as well. His head's a bit small, and he's a little disappointing. I am a little disappointed by it. I don't hate it, but I was gonna, like I said, because I decided to get all the toys in this toy line, I decided to go with him, and I got him, and here's my review of him. He's okay, but I think there is better to come in this toy line. Some of the later figures do look a lot more interesting, and so anyway, so that's my review of Metal Cardbot's Mega Ambler. Now, as I said, I would be looking into buying all the toys from this toy line, all 12 of the figures. Now, there is a 13th figure that's just been announced, and it's basically this guy retooled and repainted. So basically, in the final battle with the big bad guy, there's a couple of bad guys in the show. You've got Black Hook, who comes in later in the series, and he's sort of like a bad guy for a few episodes. But then you've got the sort of the main sort of bad guy who comes in early on, and then he comes in later on. Heavy Iron. He gets powered up by some sort of meteorite, and it gives him like these Super Saiyan powers. And then Jun and the Metal Carbots go to battle him, and they all get beat. They all get a big beat down, and then in the end of the battle, the final climactic battle, Blue Cop is the only guy standing, and he gets a mega power up from the other Metal Carbot figures, and it gives him like this super power up, and he gets all these sort of like golden colours, and then he gets these, he gets 4 of these. He gets 4 sort of like card weapons, one on each foot and one on each arm, and he can then go in and battle the big bad guy at the end of the series. I'm not interested in getting that figure. So I'll probably get the other 12 except that one. That's my game plan anyway. So next month, I'm looking at getting Phoenix Fire. He's like the red fire engine. He's the next figure. He's the next capture in the show. So he's the guy I'm looking at getting at next month. So with that said, I've been TFI Wilderness. Here's my review on this figure. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I will catch you all next time. Ta-da.